Hello and welcome to Homes for Columbus YouTube channel. My name is Claire. I am your yoga instructor for today and welcome. And so as usual, only do the poses that feel nice in your body, rest if you need to, and of course, take child pose when you need to. In terms of props today, you may need a yoga block, 1 or 2. If you don't have a yoga block, you can create a yoga block just by stacking a couple of books on top of each other, just anything that gives you something to put your hands on if you need to. Yeah, something that raises the floor to you. So that will come a little bit later. But for now, come to make your way onto the back. And let's take a moment, legs out. And so take a second just to fidget, to shake out a little bit through the hips, nice and long through the spine. And turn your palms to face the sky. A little bit of a tuck and a lengthening through your tailbone here. And then once you're in, once you're settled, take a nice deep breath in through the nose and let it go out of the mouth on an exhale. Let it go. Let's do that twice more. Deep breath in, fill up as much as you can. And exhale, let it go. Third final time here, breath in. Out of the mouth on a sigh. To then close the mouth and start to transition your breath to an in and out through both nostrils. And start to turn your attention to the breath, how you breathe, the sensations of the breath as it enters and leaves the body. And so you're just giving the mind something to focus on, the movement, the sensations of the breath, rather than the mind wandering off to think or worry or analyze. And just take this moment at the beginning of your class to land, to ground, to let everything go that's come before. Get a sense of your back body as it connects to the floor. And get a sense of if you are clenching or tensing anything in the body. And sometimes you don't even notice. So just take a little scan from crown of the head down through the neck, shoulders, arms, belly, back, legs, all the way down to the toes. Just see if there's anywhere that you are subconsciously, unconsciously clenching. And see if you can just release that. Let it go. You can even give another shake just to check. And then again, take the attention to the body as you breathe. An inhale, feel your rib cage and your belly expand, and an exhale, feeling them drop back down to the earth. And sometimes it's nice to connect right hand to belly, left hand to the chest, and then you feel that physical sensation of the breath. You feel your hands lift on the inhale, and you feel them drop back down on the exhale. Nice and steady breath. And gradually, slowly, you may notice that as you continue to breathe with awareness, that the breath starts to slow down and deepen. And suddenly you feel that shift in the body. You feel that shift in your emotions and mental chattering of the brain. There's a slight feeling of relaxing, just as the breath slows here. Let's take a few more breaths before we invite movement to the body today. Together, let's take a deep breath in. Sigh out of the mouth, let it go. And softly open the eyes and take a moment to reach your arms above your head. You can zip your legs up together and get as long as you can. You can grab a wrist and take a side bend and take that to the other side. And then let's draw those knees right into the chest. So pull them in as close as you can and start to gently rock from side to side. You'll feel how that massages through your lower spine. And then take your arms out to a T shape with the palm down and still keep that sense of rocking. But it's gentle. So at no point should this move to a place where your lower back feels sore. It's just a gentle swish. And then next time you come to the right, allow your knees to drop all the way over to the right. And you can bring right hand to hold the legs, just to keep the legs in this position. And then that left arm is already extending out for you. And now you can turn the palm up to the sky. You're in this reclined twist and keep the focus on the breath here. Full breaths in through the nose. And exhale. And again, just check, scan through the body. Is there anywhere that you are clenching or anywhere that you feel the body is resisting this stretch? And can you encourage the body to relax? And then gently, let's come back to center. And gently, let's drop the knees to the left. Taking hold of the legs with the top left arm and right palm now turns to the sky. Second side spinal twist. And there's so many nice places that you feel this stretch in the body. It's the front of the shoulder. It's sometimes the outer top leg. And of course, it's the stretch into the spine. So twists are really great to get a nice, healthy spine. And then let's ease back to center and plant your feet to the floor, hip distance apart. Just tuck your tailbone once again, just to make sure your lower spine is long, and bring the palms to the floor either side of your body. Take an inhale, tuck the pubic bone, lift the hips, take the arms overhead. And as you exhale, spine, hips, and arms come back to the floor. Let's take that a couple of times. Fluid bridge back bend. Inhale, we tuck and lift. Doesn't have to be too high, just go where it's comfortable. Exhale, release. Twice more. Deep breath in, we open the rib cage. And deep breath out, we tuck and rib cage tucks in. Here's your final one. Deep breath in, we lift. And this time, pause, take a moment to stay here. Legs are activating, and just bend your elbows so that your elbows end up in a little bit of a cactus shape. So strong on the back of the legs, you'll feel that contraction, that squeeze kicking in. You're not here for too long, just waking up the legs a little bit. Let's take one final inhale and then gently peel to the floor, and you can bring those arms back. Let's extend right leg to the sky just for a couple of breaths. So nothing too static holding, just whilst you're warming up. Just get a feel of pushing and lengthening that heel to the sky. And if you're tight of hamstring, you might feel that the leg is here. And so you could take a bend of that knee just to make it a little easier. And of course, you could also, if you had a strap or a towel, hook that over the foot. Yeah, we've done that before in previous classes. And then just release again, no long holds just yet. Left leg extends, push through that heel, deep breath in. Feel that lovely stretch all the way down the back of the leg. And just make sure shoulders are nice and soft and relaxed. Again, no tension is creeping up to the neck. and release. Once again, pick up the right leg slightly differently this time. We keep the leg bent and I take the right knee out to the side. My elbow comes to the inner right knee and I reach across my shin for the outer foot. It's half happy baby pose. And if this isn't accessible for you, if you end up feeling a little like this, you could, with a neck and chin up to the sky, you could bring a cushion underneath your head to lift. And you could also change the position and instead just hold the shin. And so you're still getting a stretch into the inner thigh, into the inner groin, whichever position you choose. A couple of breaths. Little sway, perhaps from right and left, feels nice. And then release that foot and let's feel the second side. So knee bends, flexed foot, arm to the inner knee, and take a hold across the front of that shin and grab the outer edge of the foot. Again, little sways. So you're just getting a connection into the legs. And you're just touching into hamstrings, hips. Take one more breath here. And then gently release and hug your knees into the chest and just gently help yourself to push up and rock up and come to transition onto all fours for me for our cat-cow, our lovely spine warm-up and opener. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. So on our inhale, we lift the tail, the face, the chest. On the exhale, tuck your pubic bone, tuck your chin to your chest and round into the middle of your back. Again, deep breath in, lift up. Deep breath out, tuck and round. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale as you push away, feel how your shoulder blades separate in your back body. Again, deep breath in. You can go quicker, you can go slower. Exhale. Should feel really nice right into the mid spine. Inhale, and lower spine will feel good too. Exhale. One more deep breath in. And an exhale, tuck and round. From here, we did this in a previous class, is extend your left leg out and really push into your back heel so you feel a sense of stability. And then from here, sweep the back of your right arm all the way through and underneath. Right shoulder to the floor or to a cushion if it doesn't quite make it. I'm pressing strongly through the fingertips, as you can see, of my left hand. And I'm trying to spin my body to the side. And so rather than collapsing this front arm, I'm drawing that top shoulder back and I'm trying to point my elbow towards the sky. If this feels a little bit too precarious, of course, you could keep both knees to the floor. So that's an option there if you prefer. I find it a little easier when I extend the back leg. More wobbly, more precarious, but easier to get the twist. Let's gently release that. Bring your knees back down and unwind. And let's have a feel second side. So extend the right leg back. Get grounded, get pushing into the ball of the foot and the heel. And let's take the back of the left arm. Sweep it all the way through. You might need to just move that right hand forwards a little bit. And come into the twist. And then just as we have been doing so far, have a scan, have a notice. Is there anywhere that you are clenching that you can release? That you can soften by taking your attention to that place and maybe breathing a little deeper. And release, bring the knees down, unwind your arms, and then come to set your hands into that shoulder distance apart, wrist creases parallel to the front edge of the mat. Tuck your toes, keep your knees bent for now, and lift your sit bones up to the sky and feel this long spine first. And then only then can you
play, experiment with perhaps straightening through the legs. And first one anyway, you know, it's nice to pedal and just give your calves and your hamstrings and your back just a moment. So a little press. And you'll notice how far my feet and hands are from each other. If I was too short of stance, I would end up pitching forwards in my shoulder, which would not feel nice. It would feel incredibly strong. So you are back enough that you feel that you can get a little bit of length through your spine. Take a couple more pedals of those feet, driving, pressing each heel down as best as you can. And it doesn't matter if they don't quite touch the floor, mine don't. And as you're here, take the attention to the shoulders. Notice how much work is going on in the upper body. And so there's the tendency for shoulders to hunch up. So do your best to have a nice long neck. From here, let's move the feet hip distance apart and let's take a couple of ripples like a wave. So inhale, shift forwards into plank. Your shoulders should come over your wrists here. If not, if you feel too far forward, maybe wiggle those feet back. And then softly bend the knees and come into almost this floating child pose. Again, inhale, straighten the legs, push forwards into plank. Exhale, softly bend the knees and send the hips back. Let's go twice more. Inhale, push through the legs. So yes, it is strong on the arms. I know. Cut this one out if you need to. Exhale, push back. Here's your final one. Push through. And this time, gently bring the knees and the hips and the chest to the earth. Let's start to warm up a little bit through the back and the shoulders. Take those arms back. See if you can clasp the wrists. If that feels okay, you could even wiggle it a little tighter and cup the elbows. So just listen to your body here, forehead to the floor. Let's take an inhale. Keep squeezing the shoulders back as you lift chest and legs. And on exhale, release to the floor. Again, inhale, everything lifts. And exhale, release. And keep going with that. And try and keep the gaze a little bit to the floor, just so the back of the neck is long. And you might notice a slight contraction, a slight squeeze of your glute muscles here, just to support this. Let's go two more. So we're coming into our interlaced locust. Breath in. And let it go. Here's your final one. Deep breath in. Keep squeezing the shoulders back and together. And exhale. Let's release that interlace. Hands to the floor underneath the shoulders. Inhale, come into cobra. And exhale, take that back to your downward dog. And then let's walk the hands all the way back to the feet. And you can flop over into your Uttanasana, your standing forward fold. Pedal just as we did in dog. One knee, the other knee. If you're nowhere near the floor, that's okay. You could have hands to the waist. Just make sure your neck is really long. So pedal, pedal. And then slowly let's roll up one vertebra at a time. So lift from your belly and lift through your front ribs. And when you get to the top, roll those shoulders back, take a deep breath in, standing nice and tall, and exhale. Make your way to the top of the mat and bring your feet completely together. Let's move into a side bend. I'll show you from the front. Take a deep breath in, lift the arms up. Deep breath out, take a side bend over to the left. And you'll notice I'm holding my right wrist. And then let's switch change. Inhale to center. I switch the grasp of my wrist and side bend over second side. Yeah, so deep breath in and side bends. Deep breath in and side bend. So each time I'm taking a hold of the top wrist as I bend. And tail is nice and long. Good. Let's take a couple more. Inhaling. Exhale, side bend to the right as you hold the left wrist. Inhale, center. Side bend left as I hold the right wrist. Let's go one more. Inhale. Hopefully it feels nice in your body. Exhale.
Here's your final one. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Come back to center, release the arms, just as we've just done. Either clasp your wrists, your forearms, or maybe a little deeper and squeeze your, cup your elbows and squeeze your shoulders back. Keep the shoulders back, take a deep breath in. Exhale, soft through the knees and come into your forward fold. See if you can keep the clasp of the elbows. Come into that Ardha Uttanasana. You've done it with me before, heart lift. So this is a really nice one for the back of the legs, but particularly with the arm position, you also feel a nice stretch into those shoulders. Let's take one more inhale here and then exhale, deeply fold over your legs. And it's pretty strong in the legs, I know. Bend the knees, send the heart forwards as you lift up, press to stand, and exhale, come to center. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, this time send your heart to the sky, little back bend, and exhale, lead with the heart as you fold over your legs. Halfway lift, send that heart forward as your sit bones go back. It's your inhale, and exhale, we release. Press through the feet, lead with the heart, press and rise. Inhale, exhale to center. One final time, deep breath in, back bend. Deep breath out, dive over your legs. Heart forwards, inhale. Exhale, release. Bend the knees, lengthen. Inhale, lift. This time as you come to center, exhale. And just give the arms a moment. If you need to shake them out, if they got any pins and needles at all, then take a moment. And so let's move on. Let's start to heat up the body a little bit more. Here we go. Deep breath in. Circle the arms up now. Exhale, dive all the way over the legs. Bend your right knee and place your forearm to the thigh, right forearm to right thigh. Inhale, peel your left arm up to the sky. You're in Uttanasana twist, and this is going to come in to our flow. So just get that into the body and then just relax. Have a feel of that second side. So bend the left knee, forearm to the left thigh. And it's my right arm that I take to the sky. Right shoulder stacks on top of left. A lovely twist, a lovely hamstring opener. And release back over the legs. Bend the knees, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So now that you have that in the body, let's bring it into a flow. Deep breath in, arms circle and lift. Deep breath out, melt over your legs. Bend the right knee, left arm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bend the left thigh. Inhale, right arm spins, and my feet are hip distance apart if that helps. Exhale, release. Hands to the shins. Inhale to lengthen. Bend the knees and make your way into plank. Exhale. You could be on the knees if you need to here. Inhale, heart forwards. Exhale, we all bring knees, chest, chin to the earth. Push the feet back as you slide the heart forwards. Inhale, cobra. It can be low, it can be high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale and exhale to settle the body, to melt the shoulders, to lengthen the spine. Feet together. Sweep the right leg to the sky. Doesn't have to be high. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step your foot in between the hands. If it only goes halfway, pick it up at the ankle and place it in between the hands. So ankle should be underneath knee. It's a safe alignment for your knees. Take an inhale, circle your arms, and take an exhale, settle here into this low lunge. Again, another deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more inhale, set the hands to the floor, pick up your back knee and step forwards. Exhale, release. Feet are back into hip distance. Bend the knees, inhale, press and rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Same, other side. Deep breath in, we lift and circle. Deep breath out, melt over the legs. We bend the left knee first, forearm to the thigh. Inhale, right arm lifts. Exhale, release. Bend the right thigh. Inhale, left arm lifts.
Exhale, release. Hands to shins. Inhale, lengthen. Bend the knees and make your way back to a plank. It's your exhale. Take a deep breath in. Belly is engaging strongly here. Exhale, knees, chest and chin. Into cobra, baby cobra or high. This would be your small cobra. And this would be a little higher. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale again, melt the shoulders. Take an exhale, lengthen the spine. Bring your feet together. Inhale, sweep the left leg. Exhale, step it through or pick it up and help it through. Knee down, circle those arms. Inhale, settle, exhale. Again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Take an inhale, set the hands to the floor. Take an exhale, feet at the top of the mat, let it fold. Bend the knees, inhale, rise up. Exhale, draw the hands together at the heart center. Hopefully you're feeling a little warmer. Let's move on. Deep breath in, lift up. Deep breath out, melt over your legs. This time, inhale, step the right foot back, and exhale, settle into your fingertip lunge. And there's a sense of lift through that back thigh. So we're not bending the knee here. We're trying to lift and engage through the back of your hips and into your leg. Right hand to the floor or to a block if that gives you a little bit more space, or of course to your books. So if you're a little tighter, it feels so nice bringing that right hand to a prop. So left fingers up to the sky, legs strong, belly pulls in. Take one more inhale, connect the hands to the floor and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple through into your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Lowering with as much control as you can. The arms graze your side ribs as you come down. Deep breath in, lengthen the back of your neck, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your feet together, sweep the right leg to the sky. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, place and bring the knee down. And again, for this sequence, you might need a block. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, pull your hips back and begin to straighten the leg and peel up your toes. And so this is quite an advanced move if you're tight of hamstring. And so having a block to help you lift, and ideally, of course, if you have two blocks, it just gives you a bit more stability on either side. You could also, of course, bend your front knee to make it a little easier. So listen to your body here. And you could also pad up your back knee. If this doesn't feel comfortable on your back knee, maybe bring a towel or a cushion, or even, fold over your mat and then place your knee onto that extra padding. Here we go with a twist. Again, you might need the block for this. Right arm lifts to the sky. We take an inhale. Exhale, we touch the hand back to the mat. Inhale, we twist. That belly button pulls in, shoulders stack. Exhale, touch down. Here's your final one. Deep breath in, into that twist. It should be pretty strong. Exhale, release. Well done. From here, take your hands for a moment off to the right. Take 3 breaths. Inhale. Again, bent knee is fine. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Super strong on the hamstring. Inhaling. Exhale. Can you now move the hands over to the left a little easier? Deep breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Here's your final one. Inhale and exhale. Finally, you release that hamstring, come back into the lunge, tuck that toe and free up that back knee. Deep breath in, step your left foot to meet your right, top of the mat. Exhale and just take a couple of extra breaths here to shake out the head. It's a pretty big sequence into the legs. Bend the knees, inhale, let's press through the feet to rise up. And exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. Let's move through that sequence to the other side. Deep breath in, sweep and circle the arms. And deep breath out, dive over those legs. Step your left leg to the back of the mat, left hand to the floor or to a block as you peel your right arm up into your twist. And try to think about lengthening your front knee forwards and your back heel back so that you're lengthening through the body as much as you can. Take a deep breath in, connect the hands to the floor and take your exhale, transition to downward facing. Inhale, come through into plank and exhale, your knees, chest and chin, elbows close inwards, they don't flare out. Inhale, lengthen the neck, it's your cobra. Exhale, send it back to downward facing dog. Bring your feet together, inhale, sweep the left leg. And exhale, place it in between the hands and bring that knee down. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, lengthen you into that hamstring stretch, second leg. Again, a nice soft bend makes it a little nicer. Here come those 3 twists, right hand to a block or the floor. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, circle and touch down. Again, deep breath in, lift up. Deep breath out, touch. Final one, inhale. And exhale. Hands off to the left. Again, you could use the block to make it a little easier. And raise the floor to you. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. To switch, change, arms off to the right. Taking those 3 rounds of breath again. If it's starting to feel too much, back off a little. Here's your final one. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We sneak forwards. We lift up through that back knee and take an inhale. 2 step forwards, feet together. Release the weight of the head. Let it go. Shake it out. Again, you're still connecting here into the back of the legs. Bend the knees, press to stand. Inhale, rise up, circle. And exhale, hands to the heart. Lovely. Let's flow to child pose to move into our seated poses. So inhale, lift up. And take an exhale, dive over your legs. Hands to the shins, we take an inhale. And exhale, step to plank, and then bring your knees to the floor and take a moment to rest. Shoulders back, forehead greets the floor or a block. And let the body rest. To slowly lift up. And let's work on a hip opener and a couple of inner thigh openers to complete our sequence onto the floor. So let's come into pigeon with the left knee first. And so I come onto all fours, and it's a little bit tricky to get into. I take my left knee and I take it out to an angle and place it behind the left wrist. And then I inch and lengthen back. And a really nice thing to do with your block or books is to place it under the left seat, so you feel like you have a little bit of support. And if this pose doesn't feel nice for your knees, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, you could just take a cross-legged pose instead, with left leg in front. Otherwise, if it feels okay to be here, if there's no pain or pinching into that front knee, then you can either stay with palms to the floor like this, or if you wish, you could come down
onto the forearms and get a little deeper. And you should feel this as a sensation right into your left buttock. And soften the breath now. Take another breath in and out. And of course, in your own time, if you have the time to be in that pose for a little longer, do. It's a really nice one for the hips. Let's slowly transition back to all fours as a way out of this pose. So if you did indeed have the block underneath you, you can move that out of the way and just ease that leg back and then have a feel second side. So, and you'll see a little bit better the angle of my foot now on this side. Right knee, I take it behind and you'll see I've roughly got a 45-degree angle with my leg. And so that works for me. If you have more open hips, you could play with bringing more of a 90-degree angle, but I think 45 feels quite nice for these purposes. Make sure also you're not rolling off. So you're literally straight up and over the center of your mat. Again, you have the option of bringing that block underneath the right sit bone. Take a deep breath in and dive into your second side. Another inhale and exhale. To lift up. And then from here, just come to sit. So option to sit again on a block, on a rolled up towel or blanket, anything that helps you to extend your legs in this form. Yeah. And so from here, we take that deep breath in and start to lengthen forwards a little or a lot into this wide-legged forward fold. Feeling it in the hamstrings, so back of the legs, feeling this into the inner thighs. And then bend your right knee and see if you can bring that heel in towards the groins and then turn over that extended left leg. Perhaps taking a hold of the outside of the foot. And if you can't quite make it, just take a hold of the outside of the shin. And so coming into a gate twist. And I'm using my left hand just to give me a little bit of support here. And then take the twist out of it a little bit and just bring both hands to frame that leg. So you're a little bit more forward facing now across that extended leg rather than rotating over to the left. And you should get a nice stretch all the way down the side body as well. The back body feels good. And lift up. And let's have a feel for that to the second side. So switch change. So out goes that right leg. And then take a turn over that leg. And take a hold of the outside edge. Yeah, outside edge of shin, of leg, anything at all with that left arm. Right arm is out behind me. Trying to check in to see if there's anywhere that you're unnecessarily clenching. And then release the outside of the leg and just fold a little bit more centrally over the leg. Hands frame. And try to lengthen your sit bones back in space. And lift up. And let's extend those legs right out in front of you as your final pose now before you come to lie on the back. So take a deep breath in, deep breath out, lengthen forwards, holding wherever you get to. Just a couple of breaths. And then let's come up and slowly make your way onto your back. And when you get there, draw those knees in, come back to that little swish right and left. Let's take a spinal twist again. We took the hands out to form a T shape, and I take the knees to the right and then turn the palm up with that left arm. Great big twist here. Let's move that to the second side. Come back to your center. Drop the knees to the left. Right palm faces sky. To come back to center, to extend just as you did at the beginning. Extend those legs out. Turn your palm up, have a little shift and a shake. Close down the eyes and give yourself a minute to completely let go. You may be aware of the rise and fall once again of the belly and the rib cage. Relaxing through the hands, the arms, shoulders, front and back body, and relaxing heavily into the legs and the feet and ankles. Whole body resting completely supported by the floor. Take a full breath in and out. To softly open the eyes, start to make movement into the body, maybe circle wrists or flex and point feet, and then take those arms overhead. Get a real full body stretch. And then draw the knees one at a time into your chest. And then slowly, when you're ready, just roll over to one side and come to make yourself sit in any comfortable position. Resting hands to the thighs, palms down, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bring the hands together at the heart center, bowing the head in gratitude to your practice today. And thank you for being here. Namaste. Thank you, my friends. I hope you enjoyed. As always, if you want to know a little bit more about what Homes for Lambeth are doing during this time, particularly now that we're back into our second lockdown, please go and check out their website, www.homesforlambeth.co.uk. Otherwise, I hope to see you in another class. Thank you so much.